Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Stay at Home Storytime. Can you believe we only have 2 weeks of kindergarten left? Oh my gosh, how time flies. We have this week and then we have next week where we're going to do some fun stuff to help wrap up the year. In the spirit of wrapping up the year, I want you to think about your very first day of kindergarten at Emerson and think about all of the new things that you got to do this year. Did you learn something new? Did you learn how to play a new game? Did you do a new science experiment? Did you make a new art project? Did you learn some new letters and some new letter sounds? Did you learn how to read? There's so much learning that we did this year in kindergarten, both in our classroom, on the recess yard, with our friends, with our teacher. So many new things. So once you've thought about some of the new things that you've done, I want you to think about how you felt before you tried some of those new things. Did you get a little nervous at all when Miss Walsh asked you to try something you'd never done before? That's okay, but then how did you feel after you tried it? Did you like it? Did it make you feel less nervous to try something new next time? Well, today we're going to read a story about a very special koala who really just likes to stay in his tree. Remember a few weeks ago when we read the story about Scaredy Squirrel, and Scaredy Squirrel really liked to stay in his tree because he got really nervous to go outside? Well, Scaredy Squirrel might have something similar to do with Kevin. Let's read and find out what Kevin discovers. This book is called The Koala Who Could by Rachel Bright and Jim Field. Remember, if you would like to add this book to your at-home collection, look in the description below for the link to a local bookstore who you can buy this book through to help our local bookstores stay afloat during this time. In a wonderful place where the day was just dawning and the breezes blew soft on a warm golden morning, in a place where the creatures ran wild and played free, a koala called Kevin clung to a tree. Ooh, I noticed something. I think this might be a rhyming book because free rhymes with tree. They both have the E ending. While we're listening, I want you to see if you can hear any other rhyming words. Remember, rhyming words are words that sound the same at the end exactly. A nicer gray fellow you never would meet, as soft as a soft thing from ear tufts to feet. His favorite way to relax in the sun was to cling and to nap and to munch a leaf bun. And after all this, well, he'd need a nice rest. Yes, Kevin likes sticking to what he knew best. You see, high up was safe since he liked a slow pace, while the ground down below seemed a frightening place. Too fast and too loud and too big and too strange. Nope. Kevin preferred not to move or to change. So he clung to his tree as he knew what to do and was never too keen to try anything new. So when Wombat stopped by and shouted one day, "Hey, Kevin! Why don't you come down here and play?" I think, he replied, "I should stay on my plant. I'm busy right now. No, I'm sorry. I can't." Is Kevin really that busy? Or is he just too nervous to leave his tree? "Why not?" cried the Ruse with a super loud cheer. "Why, yes," called the Dingoes. "There's nothing to fear." But Kevin, who'd never been one to act fast, said, "I've clinging to do, but it's nice that you asked." So all of Kevin's friends really want him to come down and play, but Kevin just wants to cling to his tree because he knows exactly what his world is like in his tree. As Kevin sat watching them chatter and share, a part of him wished he could join in down there. They do look like they're having fun. But he knew he'd miss home It was dark and so late. The whole thing was risky. Adventure could wait. Whatever the invite, he always said no. Oh dear. It seemed Kevin just couldn't let go. How do you think Kevin's feeling right now? Look at his face. Look at how his eyes are. Look at how his mouth looks. He looks worried to me. He's curious to go try new things with his friend, but he's too worried about what might happen outside of his tree. So his life was the same, no matter the day. The weeks came and went, and the months rolled away, and Kevin stayed still while the world moved around, until he awoke to a worrying sound. Uh-oh. Tap, tap, tap. The sound went. Well, this was a blow. Tap, tappity tap, 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 tap. Oh, no! It's a woodpecker pecking the tree. What do you think's going to happen if the woodpecker keeps pecking the tree? Uh-oh. Do you think the woodpecker is going to make it all the way through the tree? Uh-oh. Uncling! The crowd called, which had gathered below. Leap and we'll catch you. Just let yourself go. Oh no. It looks like the woodpecker is going to get through that whole tree. But Kevin was scared. Let go. No, I shan't. I won't, shouted Kevin. Oh dear, I just can't. Uh-oh. Down came the tree, and with it was bringing crash and a wallop. A Kevin still clinging. Oh my goodness, his tree fell over and he still didn't let go. Yikes. Kevin, he carefully opened one eye and looked up at the love staring down from the sky. Then, one paw by one paw, he loosened his hold. He felt springy and light and happy and bold. Wait, did letting go of that tree scare him as much as he thought? Ooh. The worst he could think of had now come to pass, and he was just fine. Well, he felt first class. So when Wombat leaned over and held out his paw, Kevin no longer felt worry or doubt. When Dingo asked, "Now will you come out to play?" the crowd all joined in with a, "What do you say?" And even though this wasn't part of his plan, Kevin replied, "Yes, I think that I can." And Kevin from then on was always can do. Because life can be great when you try something new. Sometimes a little change can open your world to big possibilities. So in this story, Kevin was really nervous to leave his tree because he was worried about what was happening in the world around him and that it might be too scary for him. But one day, a woodpecker came and knocked over his tree. And then Kevin didn't have a choice. He was already on the ground. And what he discovered was that he really enjoyed having all of his friends around and trying new things. So even though we're still stuck inside, I want you to think about, how did you feel when you tried something new? And even if we're inside, is there something new that you could still try? If it makes you nervous, what could you remind yourself of? Think about something else new that you tried and how well that worked out to give you the courage to try something new, just like Kevin. Until next time, bye kindergartners!